Howdy, debaters! As you embark on your debate journey, you'll spend most of your time doing the same thing over and over again, proving that your arguments are better than your opponent's arguments. In fact, no matter what you grow up to be, that's pretty much what you'll spend most of your life doing. Whether you're trying to negotiate for a better price on a house or persuading your boss to give you a promotion, there are some essential arguments of argumentation that will help make your arguments more convincing. Now, in order to talk about winning arguments, we need to talk about Dr. Stephen Edelson Toulmin. Dr. Toulmin is the father of modern argumentation theory. Not only will we use his framework for our video series, it's also the framework that the debate community has largely adopted. So the words and phrases that you see in this video are the same that you'll see in debate rounds all throughout your career. Dr. Toulmin's framework is as easy as it is masterful. It's 6 concepts organized into 2 groups. The first group includes the concepts claim, ground, and warrant. The second group includes the concepts backing, rebuttal, and qualifier. Now, what makes the 2 groups different? That's easy. The 3 concepts in the first group are always necessary for any argument. The 3 concepts in the second group are sometimes necessary and are to be used as needed. So let's take a look at the 3 concepts in the first group: claim, ground, and warrant. A claim is the point you are trying to make. In essays, claims are called thesis sentences. In debate, claims are called arguments. Here are some examples of claims you might have made recently. One political candidate is better than the other. One brand of soft drink is clearly superior. Our government should not pass X legislation, or that one video game is better than that video game. Each of these are by themselves opinions, and by themselves that's all they are. Naturally, we want to move beyond just offering opinions, otherwise there's really no way to determine which argument is better. So we need something to strengthen our claim, and this takes us to our next concept: ground. Ground is defined as the evidence, facts, or data that supports your claim. During debate rounds, you will be using evidence, facts, and data from published sources to support your claims. In fact, the ground for your debate argument is where most of the debate happens in a debate round. You'll compare the evidence, facts, and data that you and your partner offered to the evidence, facts, and data that your opponents offered. The third component is warrant. A warrant in a debate round is not like a warrant for an arrest. Instead, a warrant in a debate round is a sentence that connects the claim to the ground. It's the sentence in your evidence that says, because X is true, Y is also true. Note that X is the ground and Y is the claim. Because smoking is a deadly habit, you should quit smoking. Now, just saying smoking is a deadly habit might be rejected because there is no claim. Just saying you should quit smoking might be rejected because there is no ground. So when the claim and the ground are connected, it forms a warrant, and it also forms an argument. So, to review the first part, you need all 3 elements: a claim, ground, and warrant to comprise an effective argument. If you leave out any of the 3, you only have part of an argument, and you'll probably lose. Now let's go to the next group. This is the group of concepts that aren't necessarily required for every argument, and you will only use them as needed to support your arguments. They are backing, rebuttal, and qualifier. Now, backing is defined as the authority of the speaker or the evidence. Backing is needed when the facts, evidence, or data by themselves lack authority. For example, it's the difference between unemployment was 5.5% in January of 2015 versus, according to the U.S. Department of Labor, unemployment was 5.5% in January of 2015. Both present the same fact, but one adds backing and authority. The backing of the speaker's authority may also strengthen an argument. For example, you may find yourself in a debate round in which your own life experiences back up an argument. Rebuttal in Toulmin's model of argumentation is a little different than the rebuttal in a debate round. A rebuttal is attached to a claim as a limiter to clarify exceptions or add context. For example, you might make the claim, everyone who takes debate learns worthwhile skills. But to strengthen your argument, you might add the rebuttal and say, everyone who takes debate learns worthwhile skills as long as they try their best. Note that the function of a rebuttal is to respond to potential arguments made before they're actually made. A qualifier is a word or phrase used to limit the claim for accuracy. Words like most, many, almost, always, and sometimes are qualifiers that must be attached to claims when appropriate, thereby strengthening the claim. However, you want to use qualifiers as a tool to strengthen, not weaken a claim. For example, the phrase, people want what's best for kids, is strengthened by saying people probably want what's best for their kids. In the first example, an opponent may challenge you for evidence to prove that all people want what's best for their kids. In the second example, the qualifier probably strengthens your argument because it implies a parent's intent, not necessarily the percentage of parents who want what's best for their kids. However, qualifiers can also weaken a claim when they aren't necessary. For example, saying, "The economy will improve in 2016 is weakened when changed to, "The economy will improve in 2016, probably." Now let's shift gears and look at a sample paragraph to see whether we can identify claims, ground, and warrants. Here's our first example, and it's pretty straightforward. The United States federal government should end its warrantless wiretapping program because it is a violation of the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. Can you find the claim, the ground, and the warrant? The claim is that the United States federal government should end its warrantless wiretapping program. The ground is that it is a violation of the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. And finally, the warrant is the combination of the ground and the claim to form a complete argument. Now, in longer pieces of evidence, authors aren't always so clean-cut about their claim, ground, and warrants. In many cases, the claim may come in the first paragraph, the ground comes in the middle paragraphs, and the warrant comes in the final paragraphs. Not only could this make finding the claim, ground, and warrant more challenging, it also makes it more challenging to work with the evidence. When formatting your research from the original source, you'll need to include any and all paragraphs in which the claim, ground, and warrants are presented. So, that's it for the essentials of argumentation. Now that you know the difference between claim, ground, and warrant, you can strengthen your own arguments and point out the weaknesses of other people's arguments. And, when necessary, you can add backing, rebuttals, and qualifiers to your own argument, or point out when they are missing from other people's arguments. Now, before we go, let's take one last look at the concepts we learned in today's video. Claim, ground, warrant, backing, rebuttals, and qualifiers. That's all for now, debaters. Good luck.